Okay everyone, so I had some difficulties with the first video, so I actually had to redo it. So I apologize in advance that this might not be the best, but we'll make it work. So, we are going to be talking about isosceles triangles. So, and if you remember from last unit that isosceles triangles were triangles that had two of the sides were the same. So we got our tick marks here. Now those two congruent sides are called the legs. And then the angle that is between the two sides that are congruent is called the vertex angle. So the side that is opposite of it or across from it is called the base, which means that those two angles touching that are called the base angles, and those are congruent because if the sides across from them, so the legs, are congruent, then the angles are congruent. Okay. And feel free to pause this at any time if you need to take an extra second to write stuff down. So then we've got this example here. So we've got two separate triangles. We have this pink one and this orange one. So these sides are congruent, which means that these angles are congruent. So x equals 35 degrees. And it's the same for y because these sides are congruent, so the angles across from them are congruent. So y is 45 degrees. And then we've got this triangle. So this technically has three triangles, the two little ones and then the big one. Now, because these sides that are congruent for the big triangle, not the little triangles, then again, it's the angles that are across from it in the big triangle. So not this one. These ones aren't the ones that are congruent. So 70 equals y. And then as you know, lines add up to 180. So these both here are 90-degree angles. So x equals 90 degrees. Okay, so then let's go down to this your turn down here. Got stuff going on everywhere. So again, these sides are congruent, so these angles are congruent, which means that x is 40 degrees. But now, how do we get this vertex angle? So we get the vertex angle by now we have that this is 40 and this is 40, and we know from last unit that all three angles have to add up to 180. So if I do 180 minus 40, that's going to be 100. So y equals 100 degrees. Okay. Get this all situated here. Okay. Then in this one, again, the sides across from each other are equal. Now they didn't give us this, so that means that they're both x. Now, if this is 40, just like that last one, all three of them have to add up to 180. So I would do x plus 40 equals 180. Then subtract 40 from both sides, get that 2x equals 140. Divide by 2 and get that x is 70 degrees. And then just again like that last one, lines that up to 180. So because this is 70, do 180 minus 70, which is 110. So same kind of thing as this one. Both of these angles are the same, so this is 44 as well. So we would do C plus 44 equals 180. Then that's, when we add the 44s together, that's 88. So then subtract that and C equals 92. So because C is 92, these are vertical angles. So this one up here is also 92 degrees. So we've got D plus 92 equals 180. Subtract the 92 from both sides, which is 88, divided by 2 is 44. Okay. Okay. And this right here, this is a 90 degrees. So we've got 90 and 45 plus the x equals 180. Those added together is 135. So subtract that from 180 and x is 45. So because x is 45 and this angle down here is 45, those are equal. So meaning that the sides across from them are equal. So y is the same as 4. Okay, I want you to go ahead and do this your turn on page 11. And then you can go ahead and start working on your assignment. And again, I'm sorry that this wasn't the original video that I intended it to be. I hope you all have a good Friday.